at least last year, contributing round about 20% of our GDP, but it's employing 52% of our workforce. Does that, just at a glance, indicate a certain perhaps misapplication of manpower? Comparing the amount of manpower going into agriculture, should we not be getting more from it?
I've not understood what misapplication of manpower means. I am a professor of agriculture. I teach agricultural economics and agribusiness, and I'm also a farmer, so I am counted, right? If you take our history, we have always done agriculture in a mixed mode. So if you take the three crops that our colonial masters needed the product, so cocoa, oil palm, for instance, these two were bound for export. And so the same farmers at the time, they were even very illiterate. But because they were also trainable, learnable, you will realize from history that they already accepted some kind of technology, and they applied that technology. They were able to harvest and prepare our cocoa for export. And up to now, we are selling our cocoa beans at premium price on the world market. So what it means is that the potential was already there, even in the colonial period. Post-colonial, look at Nkrumah's 7-year development plan and the plan to industrialize agriculture. Now, my own little learning is that each government after that has been able to move with the modernizing agriculture agenda. So if you look at the last 2 decades, when we started doing food and agricultural sector development policy, you will realize that we have been very clear as a government or as a country that food security and emergency preparedness is our number one objective. So we accept subsistence farming and we also accept commercial farming. So that is our second objective, increased growth in income. And therefore, whether it's fish, animals, or the wide range of crops, including the catch and the food, we produce as subsistence, commercial, sell domestic, export. We have a wide range of non-traditional agricultural exports. The third objective even pushes us outside of this country to sell yam. Look at the data. We are selling yam in Canada, in Europe, especially. Our pineapples, pepper, okra, look at fish, partially processed. They're all going outside. It means that a lot of people, either full-time or part-time, are really using soils, water, and other human effort to apply to agricultural production and get us income and food. We have even in the last 2 decades been very careful with sustainable agriculture. So we say that let us consider the environment. And so technologies like organic agriculture, conservation agriculture, agroecology, all the types of circular economy agriculture, which we also call smart agriculture, is here, so that we are conscious of our greenhouse gas emissions. And so some of us, I do vegetables under organic, for instance, because my new area of exploration is circular economy agriculture. We are very much conscious also of science, technology, engineering, and therefore even art and math applied to agriculture. And so a lot of hybrid seed is here. Some of the CSIRs, I think Crop Research and Savannah Agricultural Research Institute is exploring GMOs. We are doing a lot of research in order to use not only indigenous seeds, but also hybrid seeds OPVs, and all kinds of seeds that can improve our productivity and therefore the quantities we take to the market. Then we know as a set of objectives that it is not only the Ministry of Food and Agriculture or even the School of Agriculture that can push agriculture. So institutional coordination has been identified more than a decade ago that yes, let tourism think about food and agriculture. Let Ministry of Finance think about food and agriculture, fisheries and aquaculture, communication, because now we're talking digitalization and agriculture, all kinds of things that we are doing. My only concern is that the private sector that should lead is probably not having adequate capacity. Because as private sector, you don't only need the money, but you need the human resource, the commitment to be patient, especially when your agriculture is dependent on nature. If your agriculture will create microecology, like the greenhouse, the greenhouse plantation, then you can control everything yourself. But if you cannot control everything yourself, as I do with my mango, I always have to pray also, because the climate can change. You don't have control over that. Even then, because of science technology again, you are able to alter certain things and do things well. So I will say that if you look at the structures in terms of institutional support, government, one and the other, have done what they can. They have not pushed enough money. But I know that because we also have free extension, they have tried to get some people at the local level whom you can consult. And that's what I do. If I have problems with pests and diseases, I call my extension officer. There are other consultants in the system who are entomologists, who are even practitioners, who are there to consult. But I see that the private sector that should lead does not have adequate, probably we always say it's financial muscle that is weak to invest in. Agriculture is capital intensive as well as labor intensive. So if you don't apply the knowledge by investing in plant and machinery, equipment, right tools, right chemicals, precisely, you will not get it right. And that is where we are found wanting. So that is what I can say with my learning, both as a lecturer of agriculture and as a practitioner, because I grow vegetables under organic and I sell. I grow mangoes. My mangoes are ready. I am going to sell. I sell my brown rice, and they are harvested from Hohoi and brought to Accra for me to package and shelve. And I saw kokonte. Somebody in the Ashanti region is drying it and milling it, and I am also repackaging, selling. So I think that there is a lot going on in the agricultural sector or the value chain. The private sector should be enabled adequately. I don't know whether government has it all. Development partners have been helping, but I believe that it should be business to business strengthening more than public-private, because already the public has it that it is not going to do business. It is only going to create some environment. Some in the financial environment, some technical information, some facilitating your export, and that one I know that by policy and by my own experience, government is doing that. Government is not giving a lot of money as people want it in terms of grants and loans much, although there are few projects like Maslog, OVP or something like that at MOFA and some other social investment opportunities that government is supporting at the local level. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Lots of information there, really painting a picture of the sector for us. The question I was asking at the beginning is really about proportions. I was trying to understand if more than half of our population is involved in agriculture.
No, I part-time and full-time. So please don't make a mistake. I told you that
if I may
I'm
ask the question, please. If I may ask the question, what I was saying was that if more than half of our population is involved in agriculture, and as a result,
in different things,
we are.
Right?
I'm sorry.
In different things in the agricultural value chain, or
yes,
in
of
the
course,
soil.
yeah, different things in the value chain, and as a result, we are getting agriculture is contributing 20% of our GDP.
No, that is only the primary. The services, agricultural services, are in the service GDP. Agricultural processing is in the manufacturing GDP. Let us know that.
Okay, all right. So, if we've got more than half of us engaged in agriculture, yet we are saying that agriculture can do better. We can contribute more to our GDP from agriculture, and we are calling on more people to engage in agriculture. I'm wondering whether that is the right call. Is it more people we need, or more technology?
More people will engage the technology in different things. Selling the inputs, input dealer in the value chain, exporting the value-added products like Blue Skies is doing in the value chain. Do you get me? So when we say more people should use the land, more people should use what comes out of the land. And that's why I explained to you that I am there in all the three areas. I build capacity, I'm in the service industry. I add value to the cassava to become kokonte and packaged brown rice. It's in the manufacturing sector. And I grow and sell my fruit raw. It's in the primary sector. So more people should invest in any of these domains. And that is how agriculture will grow. And less of the value should be at primary. So what we are having is good. Primary should not be too high. You should see a lot of value addition at the manufacturing and service end.
Okay, thank you for that. We also have Joseph Opoku Gakpo, who's on the line. Joseph, you are actually our correspondent. You've been covering agriculture stories, for years now. Now, when you go around the country, it would appear that this 50% or 50% of contributors to the agricultural sector are all engaged in small operations, whether it's in actual production or any other job in the value chain. It's a small operation. How effective do you think this is? And should we start, and is it even possible to convert our small holding system into a larger mechanized process? I mean, who should give up their farm for someone to come and, do one big farm? Do you get what I'm saying? How do we move from small holding to mechanized? Yeah.
So just to tie that in with the earlier question you asked in the early part of the conversation that you put to Professor J. First of all, good morning to Professor J. In fact, the statistics show that we have, and I've not seen the details from the 2021 population housing census, but pre-2021, the statistics actually show that in Ghana, we have between 44 and 51% of households owning or operating farms in the country. So that percentage around the 44% to the 50% RNI in terms of those engaged in agriculture specifically refers to people who are tilling the land in the rural areas and in some urban areas to then get the food
Right. I think we need to check our connection to Joseph, who is speaking to us from the UK. I wonder whether we can fix that connection so we can hear him better. We'll come back to Joseph for more of that contribution shortly. But we're also joined by Senior Hossi, who, of course, is the head of Seaboard. Senior, thank you for your time. Happy holiday to you. Oh, wow. Hello, Senor, can you hear us?
Hello?
Oh, there you are. Yes. The line seemed a bit rough there. Thank you for your time, Senor. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
All right. So one of your tweets caught my eye. Actually, it's a quote, something you said at the Volta Fair.
Hello?
Yes, Senor, can you hear me? Hello,
Hello?
Yes. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Very good. I was referring to a quote attributed to you, something that you said at the Volta Fair. You said, and I quote, "It is commercial farming that will transform agriculture in our country. We must acknowledge that as a country, and try to support people in doing so and leverage them to impact smallholder operatives and farmers." So, first of all, help us understand, when you say commercial farming, what do you mean? The suggestion would be that all of these smallholders are actually selling their produce anyway. So are they not in commercial farming? Are they not all in commercial farming?
Well, in a very narrow sense, I think you could just look at commercial farming as one activity meant to actually drive and build profits. But most of these smallholder farmers are not really focused on that. It's more subsistence farming, feeding themselves, they're selling something just to keep themselves up and going. What really makes modern commercial farms are scale, trying to make sure that your factors of production really drive a certain level of productivity and profitability in a very sustainable manner. I don't think that in any serious shape or form we'll really consider these farms as commercial. No. Somebody that's 2 acres of a cereal, no, you can't call that a commercial farm because they sell. They have to sell to make their income to keep themselves. I often tell people, if you're actually doing any kind of outgrower farm project, and you're not making people do 5 hectares, 2 hectares, you have a problem. Because the likelihood is that the investment you make in that particular smallholder farm, the person is likely going to just take your crops and run because he has to survive first. So if all the proceeds that come in, the profits, that don't really make adequate sense for them to sustain themselves, even though they are selling it, I don't think it's going to work. And that's not commercial farming, I'm sorry.
So what would be your suggestion of how to move to commercial farming? How can, because you were calling on us to support that move as a state. How would that happen?
A country that can feed itself well has a major economic and security risk, and that's where Ghana actually is. I don't think our situation is really constructive, and I don't think that politicians have been honest about our situation on ground. When you really invest in commercial farming, you're actually helping people scale, all right? You are helping those who scale to also help others scale. You are improving your agronomic support as far as the science is concerned for those people. I'll give you an example. The fertilizer given to our agri sector subsidized by the state is just standard. But not all fields are standard. There's a need for unique testing and variation of inputs to make sure we optimize the yields for every given farm. But you can't do that for every small 2 acre, 3 acre. It's not viable. What our state could be doing is really building huge crowd farms for smallholder farmers, not doing it itself, but actually supporting commercial investors to actually have that done. I'll give you an example why I say we are not serious about commercial farming in our country. We have a huge investment in Adaklu. The president visited our farms, visited our infrastructure, and saw the investment on the ground. The president made huge commitments on the sidelines, echoed by a regional minister, 6 cabinet ministers present, not a single support ever since. We wrote a letter to the Agric Ministry because this was the largest agric investment in the Volta region at the time. I don't know if we've had anything bigger since then. And showed ways for collaboration. We've not received a single response to our letter, but everybody was happy to dance to the gallery on the day. This was a perfect opportunity for us to impact possibly 10,000 lives within the general area. No agronomic support. At times they did some kind of fertilizer, and again a little of it, and that was once, and that's it. And that was not coming really from, it was coming from the GASET program. Nobody's walked up to us once to tell us, to discuss with us, how can we make this thing win? How do we make this successful? Because so far you've actually impacted about 3,000 lives in the hood. Does that tell you that you have policy that's serious about agriculture in this country? And who is really going to want to keep investing in a high-rate sector like agriculture without proper policy support, even from the attitude point of things? I've not seen anybody there. And it's no wonder Kennedy Ejiofor said that you're a fool. And I told him that I'm happy to be a fool. You know, it was an unfortunate statement from Kennedy Ejiofor at the time. But I can relate a bit to what he was saying. But it was not for him to have said that. It's for us in the forefront to really identify the bottlenecks, and to the extent that we can with our influence, shape it, because that's the only way we can win as a country in agriculture.
All right. Samuel, hold it there for us. Let's bring Professor Irene Ejiri back into this conversation. Prof, you mentioned your mangoes, your vegetable, and the rice. I wonder if this is the future of agriculture. So from your own perspective as a farmer, is what you have the future?
Is what I have the future? What I have and more is the future. What I have and more. So as Senor is saying, he is doing something. He wants government to always put in some big money. I am doing something. 8 million of us are doing things. Is government able to see to everybody's management? No. So what I take advantage of, and I want all private sector to also take advantage of, is that there is this policy that says if you want money, you should go to the bank. There is this policy that says if you're a smallholder, you want money, you probably should join some credit union or some village savings and loans company so that you can get the small money to invest in the small things. But the big guys, I'm telling you, it is very difficult for government to set aside money to give to all of us. I own 3 acres of mango, and I know how much I spend. Government cannot spend on me. Even 3 acres of mango. Try it. Try farming. Try investing in agriculture. And you will get the pain as Spaniel is getting. And for me, it has made me understood that government cannot help all of us every day. It's huge money. So the good financial sector is important for us so that we can, because we are honest people, as I do, we can't go to EcoBank. We can't go to Stanley. You can't go to commercial bank, ADB. Put our plan there, and they can support us because we are showing that there will be return on the money that we owe. But to say the government should visit every large farm, every medium farm, every small farm, and put money there, I am not sure that if I become a Minister of Agriculture, I can support that.
Okay,
so
great.
Much as I agree that government should do something to show commitment so that when we are exporting, after it's here, movement is here, wherever you want to take your thing, let the personnel be committed. Let people who facilitate trade be committed. That government should do. Government should also make the macroeconomic environment, very well so that my interest rate can come down and I'll be comfortable dealing with the commercial bank. That I am expecting government to do to make sure that the exchange rate is being held. How they do it, that is for government to do. And in fact, it's institutions that will do that. I am not expecting government to give me free fertilizer, free seed. But even when government is doing it for the small holders, I don't buy free fertilizer because I know that I can't afford. I leave it for those people who are producing food and yet cannot pay me for the fertilizer. And there are a lot. It's probably 80% of those of us who are doing the farming. Okay. So, much as I agree that government should put down a fund and support us in a certain way, I am not supporting the handout kind of support we are looking to government.
Okay.
But this is the future. Let people like me who have savings go into the value chain and create something called agro-business. It can be farm business in crop. It can be farm business in livestock. It can be farm business in fish, mushrooms, snails. I do all this. When you come to my campus now, I'm showcasing that these activities can be done as part of Kojo's work as a broadcast journalist. And you will be contributing to the future of agriculture in Ghana. Don't let us leave it to only the rural poor who are currently dominating. And agriculture is difficult. Agriculture that does not have money to invest in even hoes and cattle, they are expensive now. If you say use poultry manure, use cow dung, use things that are at the frontier of your farm, it is still money. You have the motorcane to move these things and they cost money.
Okay, so Prof, you've told us what we should do, but where do we start from? Where should we start from?
Where should we start from? It started already, I told you. The rural people are using the land, waiting on rain. You and I in city and at the fringes. My farm is in Agomeda area at the fringes. My vegetable farm is on Legon campus. My fish farm is on Legon campus. So we can do a lot, even in the city, with you, with me, and with those who have resigned to the soil to till and to bring the food and the money out of it. It is called agriculture is also good. Yes.
Prof, I want to say a big thank you because I know you have to go on to another event. You have another program this morning. So I want to say a big thank you.
Very much and happy Father's Day.
Absolutely.
Thank all our farmers. We are working hard to put food on our table.
Wonderful. Right. Now, we've actually got more to do. Senor Hosi stays with us. We're going to reconnect with Joseph Opoku Gakpo as well. And then we're going to take this to another level. We'll ask a few questions about how we do things. For example, cocoa. we seem to have been fixated on it for decades now. In fact, perhaps a century now. Is it about time we started putting the same amount of effort and resources into some other crops? Why cocoa? Why must it still be cocoa? When we come back, that and more on the Super Morning Show. Stay with us.
Hello.
Dear valued customer. Asmo, the entire customer service team is out for lunch. Please call back in 4 hours.
What? Me nana bedi akona mama me bad service ano. Me kokra.
Nana, with Babs from Enterprise D, you will love the customer service experience, KK. I am available for you 24/7 on the Enterprise Advantage app, the Enterprise website, and on WhatsApp number 055-400-1924.
Hello, Babs.
Chat with Babs from Enterprise, your contact for insurance, pensions, funeral and property solutions from the Enterprise Group. Dream big with us.
Enterprise, your advantage. Stay hydrated with the refreshing goodness of Voltic Natural Mineral Water. Voltic, naturally, a product of the Coca-Cola Company. This advert is FDA approved.
Wow, wow, wow. Hope you have heard, rent to own now in Ghana. The Flan City Extension Project Rent to Own Land and House Ownership Scheme by the Ningo Prampram District Assembly and its partners, supported by the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development and the UN Habitat, are right here in Ghana. So be smart, because where you trade and live really matters. Apply now and own a home or a fully serviced land. Wait a minute, don't forget to join our affiliate housing cooperatives also. Special offers last up to October 31st, 2021. Call us on 055 55 3300 or 0577 911101 and 055 7054 635. Website newaccra.city. Plant City Extension Projects, shaping Ghana's urban future.
What would you do if you have the choice to do anything in life? Build your dream house, take very good care of your family, and plan for a comfortable retirement. Plan a befitting funeral for your loved ones when they depart. How would you live if you knew there was a friend waiting to support you on all of your life's choices?
You have such a friend in Glyco Life Insurance. Glyco Life has all the plans to meet your life's needs. Your child's education, your life savings, your mortgage, funerals, redundancy, and your retirement, and takes the burden off your shoulders. So go ahead and live life to the fullest today with Glyco Life Insurance plans. And remember that all our policies are hedged against inflation. Talk to Glyco Life on 0302 218 500 or 246 142. Also visit our website at www.glycolife.com or any of our branches nationwide for more information.
Glycolife,
we cushion you for life.
Glyco, we cushion you for life.
Putting up or replacing a roof is not just laying the panels, it's a complete engineered system. And at Roofings and Steel Ghana Limited, we understand how the whole system works and are resolved to give you the very best quality in roofing and steel products. Manufactured locally in Ghana, we offer a range of steel and galvanized pipes, mild steel plates, and all ranges of roofing sheets, IBR and IDT, corrugated and galvanized. Our locally manufactured products are tropicalized to withstand local conditions. Distributors, wholesalers, contractors, builders, welders, and fabricators. It's time to get the best quality roofing and steel products made in Ghana. Visit our office at Chopoli on the Tema Aflawo Road. Call us on 0559 722 035 or 0552 571 173 or 0242 539 411. Roofings and Steel Ghana Limited, your strength in steel.
Yes, it's that time of the year where we get to tra-la-la-la-la. Come join us at the MTN Festival of 9 Lessons and Carols as we usher ourselves into this Yuletide.
I can see no horse.
Oh, come all, let's sing and dance with the melodious Adepa MTN Viva Voices Choir, Samini, Kwame Eugene, and Stoneboy.
Merry Christmas to you know.
The MTN Festival of 9 Lessons and Carols is strictly by invitation. Join us live on Facebook, MTN Ghana, and YouTube, MTN Ghana, for an awesome experience. Date, Friday, 10th December 2021. Time, 7 p.m. Let's celebrate the Yuletide with you, our valued customer. And let's stay connected everywhere you go with MTN.
Maudada no pediani bianye di pa and the pe wo malt milk ena koko mu a ema milomu da shima.
From Nestle.
Every ahwehwe side di nkatoi mu agya tum se eye.
Roverman Productions, in partnership with National Theatre and Joy FM, presents The Secret Code of Wives, an Ebo-White play.
And if really you want a divorce, I will give it to you. But on 3 conditions. Condition number 1, you will divorce me the same way you married me. We had a whole ceremony for our wedding, and we are going to have a whole ceremony for the divorce on the same scale as the wedding, with music, preaching, caterers, photographers, and in church.
You are crazy. Who ever heard of a divorce ceremony in church?
Well, if you do not meet my conditions, I shall make this divorce your worst nightmare in court. And we are both lawyers. You know what I'm capable of doing in court.
The Secret Code of Wives shows at the National Theatre on November 27th and 28th and December 4th and 5th. Time, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day. Rates, 80 Ghana cedis. Tickets available at *713 *5 hash and at Airport Shell, Tema Community 11 and Dansoman Shell, Joy FM, Hacho and Bachana Total, Frankie's, Osu, and Say Cheers, Accra Mall. Proudly sponsored by Gino, Dolphin Finance, and Total Family Health Organization. Roverman Productions, be the difference.
My name is Kwame Sefakain. You see, the feeling is always good when you receive a salary alert. And so, I'm making a bold decision to invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual retirement salary. This means I'll get these alerts every month and throughout my retirement period. Life should be comfortable, even after retirement too. Me feel ahotonkwa.
Invest a lump sum today in the Old Mutual retirement salary and enjoy guaranteed monthly income for life, funeral cover, and the option of signing on with a spouse. Please call Old Mutual today, 050-453-4333. Old Mutual, 176 years of doing great things.
Do great things.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Welcome back. It's the Super Morning Show on Joy. This is the special Farmers Day edition. By the way, the main event for Farmers Day is happening in Cape Coast today at the Saddle Park is where it's all kicking off. Several farmers will be honored in this now traditional event that occurs once a year at this time. All right, so today our conversation is all about farming. We're trying to figure out, are we doing it right? Are we doing it the right way? Should there be a different, a paradigm shift? Should we be changing our model? Senor Hossi certainly thinks that we need to be moving towards more commercial means of farming. That so far what we're doing is far more subsistence than commercial, and we really need to make that move. We've also heard from the head of the
Dean of the School of Agriculture.
The head of the Agriculture and the Dean of the School of Agriculture. University of Ghana, right? That's Professor Irene Ejiro. And she also has shared her views. She actually thinks, well, we're actually doing that. We're in the process of doing exactly that. And she gives herself as an example.
Exactly.
She is, of course, a farmer. One of the things she grows is mangoes.
Yeah.
And she used that extensively in her examples. Joseph Opoku Gakpo is the head of Agriculture and Environment Desk here at Joy FM and Joy News. He's actually, we've been able to reconnect to Gakpo this morning. Can you hear us?
Loud and clear.
Perfect.
Are you a farmer too?
Well, myself and Nicholas Opuni tried some farming activities in the central region. At a point in time, we went bankrupt because then looks like we thought we knew what we were doing, but it wasn't as simple.
Wow.
And so then, we eventually got out of the business sometime around 2 years ago. Kojo, you know Nicholas Opuni, right?
I do, yes. He used to be one of the producers here on the Super Morning Show.
Guys, am I still supposed to be on?
Yes, you're on.
Yes, Senor Hossi is also on. We'll be coming back to this conversation. I'm very interested in your experience, Gapo. We'll come back to you and Senor in a short while. First, let me remind everyone that the Planned City Extension Project, Rent to Own, which is new in Ghana, is getting better and better. The Rent to Own Land and House Ownership Scheme by Ningo Pram Pram District Assembly, NIPDA, and its partners, supported by the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development and the UN Habitat, is still going on. So be smart. Where you live or trade matters. You can own a home and or a fully serviced commercial land or space now. And don't forget to join their affiliate housing cooperatives as well. Contact 0555 530 300 or 0577 911 101. You can also try 0557 054 635. Newaccra.city is the website. Planned City Extension Project, shaping Ghana's urban future.
And at Glycolife, they believe this is the time to protect your future with their life insurance policies. Their products are designed to offer you peace of mind, especially in this COVID-19 era. To their policyholders, they say your claims are very important to them and they advise you to visit their offices or the Glycolife. Visit their website, glycolife.com, to lodge your claims for prompt service. We're surviving COVID-19 together, Glycosers, so please pay your premiums via your chosen mode of payment or by Momo, and the number is 059 144 1473, or by e-premium for microinsurance to safeguard your policies. You can call their call center team. They're always ready to support you. Number is 0202 222 113. And Glyco says we care for your safety, so all our offices are implementing the Ghana COVID protocols. Please practice social distancing, keep safe, and trust Glycolife to cushion you for life.
All right, now, of course, Glycolife, one of the two partners who sponsor text messages on the Super Morning Show. The Glycocritical Illness Plan, GSIP, it's in your best interest to survive, is the product sponsoring it. Also, the other sponsor is Fabri Metal, your partner in steel.
And Fab 500 steel rods are manufactured locally by Fabri Metal Ghana Limited using international quality standards. They are winners of the 2021 Steel Manufacturing Company of the Year and Excellence in Corporate Social Responsibility. They pride themselves as the industry leader in steel. So if you're looking for iron rods, you know where to go. They provide the local market with import substitute at very affordable prices. So call Fabri Metal on 055 269 8192 or 0249 896 103, and find them at Chopoli on the Tema Aflao Road. Fabri Metal, your partner in steel.
Now, have you heard about the Orange Support Center? The Orange Support Center provides support to survivors of sexual and gender-based violence, including psychosocial support, legal support, and medical services where necessary. You can call the Orange Support Center on 0800 111 222. It's a toll-free number from all networks. So if you know anyone who is suffering from a difficult marital separation, or perhaps someone in an abusive relationship, or someone who needs to prevent child neglect, if you notice gender-based violence anywhere, or you see something, please say something, because you might be saving a life. So here's the number, and it's great news for victims of sexual and gender-based violence. The number is 0800 111 222. It's a UNFPA Ghana and Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection collaboration, the Orange Support Center for victims of sexual and gender-based violence. The number again, 0800 111 222. Call them for free. Okay, let's get back to our conversation. Senyo Hosi and Joseph Opoku Gakpo are joining us. And Gakpo, it's interesting that you talk of this experience you had of attempting to go into the farming business and failing. Now, this is important because in Ghana we have this culture of encouraging everybody to do something when we think it's a lucrative source of income. Today we are saying everyone should go into entrepreneurship. In the past we used to say it, everyone should get into farming. We still say it, but clearly it's not an automatic win, is it?
Far from that. We faced situations of the folk that we were working with, and of course we were kind of absentee farmers because then based here in Accra, acquired plots to do the farming in the central region. We would usually get around there on weekends and see what is going on and try to get it going. We made the investment. There was a lot of pilfering. There was a lot of stealing of our inputs. There was a lot of connivance between some of the folks that we engaged in the community to help us get this done. We began it, did it the second time, and eventually we saw that the investment, continually investing in it, would probably not be worth it. And so then we had to get off and probably think of other aspects of the value chain. It ties in with the earlier point that you were making to Professor J, which I wanted to jump on before the line disconnected.
Sure. Let's hear you on that.
Yes, and I was making the point that, we really need to look again at this whole concept of encouraging everyone to go into agriculture and ask ourselves whether that's actually an appropriate investment of our nation's resources. And the point you're making about possible misapplication of labor, which that may not be an appropriate way to describe it, but the point is, and I was drawing your attention to the statistics, the data actually shows that in terms of those who are engaged in food production, not the entire value chain and the possible processing and all the others, the specifics with production of food. I've not seen the data from the 2021 population and housing census, but as recent as 2020, we had between 44% and 51% of households engaged in agricultural production, fundamentally that. When you compare that with data from advanced countries, it's hovering around 1.3% of the entire population in places like the United States. Even in places like South Africa, there are a number of smallholder farmers in South Africa as well. But the data from South Africa again shows that when you compare the figure in terms of those engaged in food production and agricultural production to the entire population, it's somewhere around 15%. The point is that when every nation develops, there's a certain trajectory that the nation goes through. And even in the United States, there were a lot of human beings on cotton farms doing the real cotton production and the processing and all until the technology kicked in the early 20th century and all. And we had a situation where a lot of people moved away from the farm specifically into other aspects of the value chain, industry, processing, services, and allowed for a minute version of the population to be involved in tilling the land while the others worked in the other space. And I'm saying that that's the model with which every other nation that has developed the agriculture and developed the entire country has actually moved through, gradually moving people from tilling the land to other aspects of industry and then probably into the services sector. We on this side of the Atlantic Ocean appear to be very much repeatedly fixated on the concept that everyone should get in there, more people should get into the farming, more young people should get in there. I think it's a wrong approach and a wrong focus in terms of what we should be doing. The focus should rather be on encouraging more technological application on the field so that then when there is a 100-acre farm, there are 10 or 15 people working on it using heavy machinery and moving the others into the space rather than repeatedly insisting that, farming is our culture as Africa. There are always trade-offs Kojo, there are always trade-offs. We can continually say that farming is our culture. We farm for it being a hobby. We are happy being farmers. We see situations where farming doesn't necessarily need to be an economic activity. We can go ahead and stick to that. But the trade-off with that is that we would continually import food, our farmers will continually remain poor, and our economy would continue to struggle. The flip side is focusing on the commercial viability of it, moving a lot of people out of there into other spaces, and rather making the appropriate investment. Just to cite this simple example. Again, even in the advanced world, there is this whole conversation around how a certain consolidation has happened, even in the trading business. Previously, there were all of these mom and pop shops in various neighborhoods in, whether the UK, the US. Then in the last decade or two, companies like Amazon stepped into the space, and there's been a complaint that all these shops have collapsed, people have lost jobs. But the reality is that it has made the processes much more effective. People are able to buy things at more competitive prices, and the economies have gained for it. And that consolidation is something that we cannot run away from. Even when it comes to vehicles, maybe apart from the taxi driving space, no other industry has developed with that whole idea of subsistence, individual people running stuff. And even in the taxi driving space, we've seen the consolidation of it happening with Uber and other apps now becoming far more exciting industries than the regular own a taxi and drive. So that consolidation is where the world is headed to, and we need to begin looking at that bit in Africa rather than a fixation on farming being our way of life and how our culture is. So then we'd rather want to stick to that in terms of the smallholder space.
Thank you for that.
Hello.
I think you've really articulated the point that I was trying to make earlier. You talk about the United States, where about 5.2% of their GDP comes from agriculture. That's some $1.1 trillion. Okay, they have only 2 million farmers. That's 0.57% of the population. This is as at the year 2020. Okay, less than 1% of the population producing a huge chunk of their GDP. So, Senor, bringing this to you, and of course, you are already on the tangent of commercializing farming. I'm wondering now, if we were to do that effectively, will we not end up creating a bigger unemployment problem? Because the more you mechanize, the fewer people you need. Currently,
not at all. In fact, I'm not very allowed to learn. Not at all. We have it all twisted. We have small thinkers in this town, too many. And respectfully, that's not in reference to Prof, but I don't really agree with her. Nobody's asking for a handout. Let's look at the structures you actually have within the agrarian strata. And let me start with some data here. Ghana's yields on maize is under 2 tons per metric ton, per hectare. The U.S. has almost 12 tons per hectare. So for all the hassle we do, and we actually spend even more, all right, we practically just get a little about 15 or 17% of the productivity of a U.S. farmer on a staple like maize. But when your yields are high, your productivity is high, what you do is that you be able to now create a more productive sector outside of just the cropping and move up the value chain into processing. When we run a factory, you're going to be able to get a lot more people in there employed, not small operatives that can barely take care of themselves. We'll start with this. Agric has to think first of the market. The markets today need standardization, they need predictability, they need branding, they need reliability as a consumer. Do you want to eat rice today in a certain brand and it tastes a different way today, it tastes a different way in the morning? From one bag, you have different tastes. Is that what you want? Is that what you get from Thailand? You don't get that. You won't buy Ghana rice if that's the experience you get. But for you to be able to standardize the expectation of a consumer, you have to also standardize the production and agronomic interventions that are actually deployed. Do we do that? No. Can you do that over what? 100, 1 acre, 2 acre farmers everywhere? No. You get different kinds of output. So that first is your problem. Think of the customer. What makes you win in the market space over what you see happening globally? We don't think that way. All we are interested in is to be able to check the box that we got some fertilizer somewhere, which will always even send late after the person even needs it. And the productivity and the yields related to it are negative. But if you want to have that standardization, then ask that government should be making. It's not handing down. I'm not asking for you to just come and dash me money. I don't need that money. I want the support systems. I can't even plan on government's meteorological reports because the investment there is weak. When the American meteors often tell you rains are happening this season around this time, this is how the planting structure should be. My brother, you can go to bed 90% on it. When you go to DeKalb, one of the center of maize in Chicago, my brother, there are no irrigation, anything, anywhere. They work with nature because they understand the nature. They understand nature. They've invested well in the science to support it. When we are talking about the seeds that are required, the investment is made because we also have the customer in mind. So if you want jasmine, which we produce where we are, you have jasmine 84, jasmine 85. In a very small general area like that, why don't we standardize that whole operation in there? Invest in science on how to make jasmine within this area work because that's what consumers want. That is not what is being done. No extension officer walks up to my place with the capacity to even advise us on what to do. We invest in our own extension services. We have outgrowers. We have developed 1,000. We did close to 1,000 acres of rice this past season. We had to manage the whole science ourselves. If I'm going to spend money now running a lab, spend money trying to create this extension process, how much resource will I have in trying to drive the productivity itself? How would that business grow? America is delivering 12 tons, and we are just doing 2 tons, and we are just taking pride in the fact that we have 50% of the people in there. Maxwell is right. We don't need more people in there. We need more productivity in there. Because when Maxwell and his crew were going in there, asking what data was available for them to make their decisions. The decisions I made based on the data of Agric were all false. What the expectations, the rain patterns in the place, the yields from the area, all of them false. When I went on ground and I went to pick the data myself, I realized it was all wrong. How do you build an industry on the back of that? If you are focused on commercial farming, you spend resources that make investors in commercial farming win. And when they win, the country wins. When they win, you can now have industries riding on the back of these, producers. If I'm successfully delivering 12,000 or 10,000 hectares of rice in this country, what kind of rice-based, industries will not grow? Or not just me, or whoever it is that's doing it. Yeah. Look at the shelves of America. They are driven, and the food there, wheat, maize, soybean, are the heart of almost everything they do because that is the core of their farming. All right? And that has driven industrialization to create more jobs. So you don't need to have 50% people working unproductively. You need to have some 1.4 to 10% of the public working productively and creating a platform for the others to also work in a different sphere of the agri chain. All focus on the consumer. We have missed the plot. Totally missed the plot. I'm telling you, Kojo, we buy equipment and they sit in district offices. And because of politics, people are not releasing it to the farmers. We buy fertilizers and they are smuggled. Governments catch the people smuggling, but because of politics, everybody turns a blind eye. All the last time I saw people arrested for smuggling fertilizers, they are happening every time we have fertilizers out here. Go to the borders, up north, go and check. It's a fact. And then when the farmers who are even supposed to even get it, didn't even want to do it, it comes late. And when it comes late, what's the productivity of it? Zilch. We have been producing. In fact, let me take the world data. Just a second. And then tell you our yields way back in 1960.
While Senor grabs that data, there's a lot that he's already shared that we have to unpick, Mama B.
Yeah.
I think I'm hoping that he will be able. He and I will sort of wrap up the issue of employment, because if indeed we change the model, then there are many hoe and cutlass farmers today who can no longer be farmers. But are they skilled enough to take up any other job in the value chain? Senyo joins us again with the world data. Do we have
in
Senyo?
1961, our maize yields, all right, was about 1 ton. Today we are still under 2 ton. America 61. Is at 12 ton. That is it. That is it. And then you think that America was able to do that by smallholder farmers pretending to be helping people? People want meaning in life. We run the villages. Look, the youth today in the villages, they are not excited about farming because they don't connect it to their economic well-being well enough. They are excited. They only appreciate farming because maybe it's one of the options that they have to survive. And anytime they themselves take the risk. Madam was talking about savings and loans. Go and see how many farmers are able to survive with either of those savings and loans money to run their farms. And if she runs her model, she must understand what she's doing. I think that she's doing a great job wherever she is. Go on that ground and see how many of them are able to borrow that money and be able to run a farm profitably and be able to take care of themselves effectively. It's grammar. Carry the youth in those places to come and do the farm. They are not interested because they don't see the future, how it has impacted the future of their parents and changed their lives. No, they'll rather spend time doing sports betting. So if you really want to get this thing done and solve our problem as a country, I'm not asking people to just go in there. Put in the support mechanisms that can make people who invest in it win. We have invested. Support mechanisms is zero. We remain in this thing primarily because of the social impact we see. And we hope that someday we'll get it right and then we can win as a country. But till then, we keep bleeding. All right? The support there, zero. We wrote to the Ministry of Energy. We're not asking the Ministry of Agri, asking for them to come and dash us money. How do we collaborate on the science? We listed a whole thing and how we could actually use our farms as a nucleus, even to the educational system for the Agri they even teach at the whole Polytechnic. What are the graduates getting out of those institutions? They can't manage a garden. Most of them, they can't. More or less telling them to go and run a farm. Farming is a business. It's a whole process. Anybody wanting to put money in farm should have as much data so you can actually see almost your end from the beginning. That is how successful agriculture has happened in developed countries. They have deconstructed the dynamics and the economic dynamics of farming or of agric. They have developed markets. Even government. I'm producing rice. How much policy do we have in government to make sure that all the government institutions are buying made in Ghana rice? Even for this Brunia. How many of them? Go for government, what's the name, events. You see Basmati. Basmati will be produced in Ghana. You see Basmati. So please, I mean, we appreciate things being done, but I don't think we are serious about really transforming agriculture in this country.
So, Senor, let's now look at the future. Let's figure this out, okay? So what you're saying is that obviously we need to now bring technology to bear so that we are more productive with the agriculture that we do. But I'm asking, will that not automatically mean the more technology we use in production, the fewer hoe and cutlass farmers we are going to have? So this 50-something% of people who are in farming is going to drop the more technology we employ. But are these people, once they drop their hoes and cutlasses, are they skilled to take up roles in the value chain of agriculture so that they don't end up being jobless?
Absolutely. The reason why I opted to go into agriculture when we were able, it's because of the socioeconomic impact. This was the thinking. In Ghana, we are generally semi-skilled people, semi-literate people, to illiterate people. So trying to expect that everybody can do a white-collar job is a joke. Go to the villages and see what is really happening there. So what you need is to have low-skill jobs that can be in the production side or in the industrial side that can make everybody wake up every morning and know that at the end of the day, I get a good salary and there's something going on. I can plan and build my life. The youth are more interested in that than trying to take risk from a savings and loan to run a farm. So forget about it. You are not going to be losing things in the long run. In the long run, you rather make people more productive and give them a more meaningful life. If my rice mill has moved on from rice and now actually doing the Rice Krispies that your children may be eating on their breakfast table right here in Accra, and we are exporting that into Nigeria, exporting that into Ivory Coast, tell me how many jobs more are we going to be creating right here in Ghana? You are not going to, the jobs that you are thinking that have today, coal and cutlass is not a job. It is just a survival mechanism for them because they don't even get living wages out of it. Somebody does 2 acres, how much money is he going to make? Those who can optimize 2 acres are those who are actually investing in vegetables. And with that, you need to have your market very well structured. Most of them don't have access to markets. So please, nobody is going to lose out because you are moving them and you are injecting technology. You are increasing productivity and creating a whole new chain, which is agro-processing. And that is where the jobs for these youth will be. They are not interested in carrying hoe and cutlasses like their fathers and grandfathers. They want to have meaningful lives and use their phones.
Indeed. Well, that's an image. Saying Hosi there. And of course, we're going to wrap things up with him and Joseph Opoku Gakpo when we come back from these messages.
No victim of gender-based violence should be silent. Every human deserves dignity and respect. If your health, dignity, and security is undermined, you must seek assistance. Call the Orange Support Center for assistance on toll-free number 0800 111 222. This message is by the kind courtesy of the United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA.
These holidays, choose to be wacky.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Choose to be weird. Choose oodles of fun, adventure, and excitement.
Family adventure.
Choose to be awesome.
Ooh.
To be out there.
Y'all ready to get your trick-or-treat on?
And to laugh your socks off. It's your moment to choose joy. To choose to get connected to DSTV.
Stay hydrated with the refreshing goodness of Voltic Natural Mineral Water. Voltic, naturally, a product of the Coca-Cola Company. This advert is FDA approved.
Maudada no pediani bianye di pa and pe wo malt milk ena koko mu a emma milomu da shima.
From Nestle.
Every ahwehwe side to di nkrato yi mu agya to se eye.
These holidays, choose to be wacky.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Choose to be weird. Choose oodles of fun, adventure, and excitement.
Family adventure.
Choose to be awesome.
Ooh.
To be out there.
Y'all ready to get your trick-or-treat on?
And to laugh your socks off. It's your moment to choose joy. To choose to get connected to DSTV.
No victim of gender-based violence should be silent. Every human deserves dignity and respect. If your health, dignity, and security is undermined, you must seek assistance. Call the Orange Support Center for assistance on toll-free number 0800 111 222. This message is by the kind courtesy of the United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA.
Do you want affordable but quality building materials? Adansia Hunyama, Aya Papana Airfo. Do you need any flexible payment plan in order to get that dream house? Do you want litigation-free land to buy? Asasia Sembieni. Do you want world-class interior or exterior decor? If you can't complete your house, you bet to aswamao. And I bama busi more demo de sudino. Everything that comes with only that dream house. Worry no more, because the Love FM DBS Habitat Fair is here to solve all your housing needs, from construction, tailing, plumbing, roofing, painting, wiring, acquisition of litigation freelance, security, etc. We are bringing all the companies that deal in these materials to solve your housing needs. The Love FM DBS Habitat Fair is from Friday 3rd December to 5th December 2021 at the Kumasi City Mall at 8 a.m. sharp each day. The Love is Sure FM DBS Habitat Fair. Home ownership to buy or to build.
This festive season, if you get a nice plate of jollof with some fried chicken, it be plus, add a chilled drink to it, and it go be maximum satisfaction. Charlie, add some ice cream, cupcake, and milkshake with toppings. Then it be super. That be exactly what GoTV do offer you this Christmas. It be enjoyment so with GoTV Super Package. So much channels with different types of entertainment for the whole family. Aquaba Magic, African Magic Urban, WWE, Boomerang, TL novellas, and more with GoTV Super. Make you get your decoder for 89 Ghana cedis and upgrade to GoTV Super using the My GoTV app and have a super duper brunya. It be enjoyment so. Terms and conditions apply. GoTV. Love it.
He's up bright and early, serving your premium morning radio show. The Morning Man. It's the Morning Man, Kojo Yaksha.
Welcome back. It's the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Joy celebrates Daddy Lumba today, all day long. You're going to be enjoying his best and greatest hits right here on your super station, Joy 99.7 FM. We're wrapping up our conversation on agriculture. Senyo Hosi and Joseph Boku Gakpo giving us some really meaty thoughts to ponder on as we consider our future as an agricultural nation.
Yes.
I like what Gakpo said, that we should stop considering it as a part of our culture and start to see it as a viable economic activity. Yes. And Senyo Hosi, of course, giving example after example of how if we mechanize and apply technology to agriculture, it will actually solve many other problems, including the job problem.
A different perspective also was shared by Professor Irene Ejiru, Dean of School of Agriculture at the University of Ghana, who herself is also a farmer.
Yes, she believes that what we're doing is already what is required for the most part.
Well, but significantly, she says that the private sector must lead, but they don't have adequate capacity.
Okay, well, there's a thought. Now, let's wrap these up quickly and then get back to the conversation. Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited is allowing you now to shop online at kingdomstoreonline.com. You don't have to go to any of their branches anymore. They will deliver to you in your home or office, hassle-free. And if you're in Accra or Tema, you don't even have to pay for delivery. You can pay for all your products via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions do apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability is their hallmark.
And from Linda to Baby, Trigger to Music, My Own to Picture and more, the Jam of the Year is finally here as Image Bureau and Samini Music presents the Samini Experience concert Friday, December 24 at the Grand Arena Conference Center, Accra. Come see Samini in his truest element alongside a galaxy of big, bright stars and surprises from 8 p.m. SaminiExperience.com is the place to go to grab a ticket for only 250 Ghana cedis standard and 350 Ghana cedis premium. Feel like a baller? Why not get a table for you and your crew by calling 055-1313-134. MTN says if you buy your ticket between now, that opportunity is gone because this is December 3. So you have to buy a ticket at 250 and 350 Ghana cedis. The Samini Experience, Friday, December 24th. Produced by Image Bureau and Samini Music with support from Special Ice and FBN Bank, digital partner, Virtual Solutions, and proudly brought to you by MTN Everywhere You Go. Media partners, Joy Entertainment, we're large and in charge. The Samini Experience concert at Shisa. All COVID-19 protocols shall be strictly observed.
All right, so Allianz Life Insurance has teamed up with Pensions Alliance Trust to bring you Pensure, a benefit package which enhances the financial security of the contributor. That's you you by providing you with free hospitalization benefit, disability, and life insurance cover. There's no extra cost to you with this package as long as you are a Pensions Alliance Trust contributor. It's underwritten by Allianz Life Insurance. Call them on 0302 775 349 to learn more, or just contact Allianz Life on 0302 267 892. Pensure, your financial security enhanced.
And if you're in Kumasi, the Love FM DBS Industries Habitat Fair is opening today. The opening ceremony just in some few minutes. It's on from today till Sunday, the 5th of December, from 8 a.m. daily at the Kumasi City Mall. You can give us a call and inquire about the fair on 0245 594 425. Is powered by DBS Industries Limited. We truly are your roof experts.
All right, listen, let's get back to our guests to wrap up our conversation. Senior Hosi and Joseph Boku Gakpo are the ones who have been helping us with this conversation. Of course, Prof. Iju has had to leave us earlier. I want to start with you, Joseph. Look, would you say that this whole idea of a Farmers' Day celebration, where we are rewarding farmers with houses and money and for just doing the production, whether it's farmers or fishers, would you say that would encourage or discourage this move to mechanization? And is there another way we could be doing this?
Well, in 2015, I wrote an article and had a cause to criticize the eventual prize that gets given to the winner of the Farmers' Day, and made the point that the focus should rather be on something that he can get back into his business directly and expand on. And I felt a house was probably not a very good idea. My thoughts on that have changed over the last 6 years, so I would rather not go into that. But essentially, look at those who are winning the big bits of it. They are all commercial farmers. Not exactly those smallholder farmers who constitute the majority. They are rather winning at the district level and are not getting the big bit of it. So it makes the point that even as a nation, we see that there is a certain value in commercial farming. Because in 20 seconds, would people lose their jobs eventually in the long run if we go more commercial? I think if we plan it appropriately, the response will be no. People may move away from the farm itself, but I watch, programs like what the Cosmos Innovation Center does with Agric Innovative. The young people are pitching wild, extraordinary ideas in terms of other things that can be done in the agricultural space. That, if a certain focus is placed on, may end up providing more jobs for those smallholder farmers who lose their farms, as far as the entire agricultural sector is concerned. So let's plan it appropriately, and things will look differently. The nation will be the better for it.
Nice one, Joseph. Thanks for that. Senor, so if we've been doing this wrong all this time, what should step one be for government if they want to set us back on the right path of mechanized commercial farming?
Okay. Gojo, unfortunately, there are many step ones in this matter. You have land tenure systems. You'd have proper policy being made by actual investors and potential investors, for them to really understand what is required to win. People sit in the shops, sit in the offices in the agric ministry, and decide things that are not on the ground and give reports that are not real. So the step one is for us to sign off that this is the way to go. We need to have a way to boost our yields. So what systems do we have? It will affect education, the kind of education we are given, so that we have the right HR for that kind of farming. It will affect science and research, CSIR, and how the orientation should be. It will affect district land organization. It will affect many parts, but it starts with a constructive policy. I don't think we have any meaningful policy in this country today. It's been done by politicians and public servants or civil servants who sit in the ministry, and I think they are significantly disconnected from the ground. We are encouraging people to go and do mass gardening. This what we have been asking for is gardening. We are not asking for farming. If we want to do farming, it has to be commercial. All the places that we depend on for food when we can't survive, see it. It is mainly commercial. That is why they win. The fruit juices and the processed foods you have, they thrive in those countries because it is backed by commercial farming. So we have to get our thoughts right stop the small thinking and politicking. I don't know whether we have an agriculture minister in this country or not.
Oh, we do. Doctor.
I beg you, respectfully. I don't believe we have one, because we can't carry this in 1961 with a yield of 1, and today we still have a yield below 2. Whilst others are in the 12s, the 13s, and the 14s. Where did we start, and where are we going?
All right. Well, in spite of all this, today is indeed Farmers' Day. It's a day set aside to celebrate farmers. So,
hello, Kojo. I want to celebrate the hardworking farmers on my farm, led by General Manager Cyril Kwabla Kluche, who have put 3,000 people to work this season, despite the difficult challenges we have faced. And people like that need to be celebrated. Thank you.
Wow, God bless them and all farmers in Ghana. Joseph Okugakpo, your message to farmers before we wrap?
Let's, keep it all going. Let's be more innovative in how we do things. I think the future is bright for the agricultural sector broadly, beyond just the field and the tilling and all. And so I wish all farmers well. And I pray that others in the space, like governments, recognize their efforts and provide them the necessary support that they need to be able to do things right.
God bless you for that. Joseph Opoku-Gakpo, of course, is the head of our agricultural desk here, also head of environment desk at Joy FM and Joy News. Senyo Kwesi Hossi is the CEO of the Ghana Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors. He, of course, is a farmer. Of course, we also heard from Professor Irene Iju, who's the Dean of the School of Agriculture at the University of Ghana, Legon. Thank
also
you all
a farmer.
She's also a farmer. Yeah. All right. Thank you all. God bless you. And listen, it's been such a pleasure bringing you today's show on this holiday, Farmers' Day. It also happens to be the day we are celebrating one of the greatest of all time, Charles Kojo Fosu, Daddy Lumba. Joy celebrates Daddy Lumba today, and there's going to be so much Lumba music. Starting now, actually. DJ Wobete,